So what's up, guys?
Hello!
Yes. So please introduce yourself, konting background, ano yung niche niyo as content creators.
Okay,
Okay,
alright.
let's start with.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Alright. So I'm Java Aureliana. I'm the VP of Talent Operations and International Expansion in Tier 1 Entertainment. So basically, what I do or what we do with my team is we're the ones responsible for handling over 1,000 plus creators across Southeast Asia. And in Tier 1, we are, if for those who don't know, Tier 1 Entertainment, we're considered as a new media. And our main goal is to really build gaming communities through our IPs, content creators, and esports. So here with me is Coach Abby and Ray, one of our creators, and they're going to be introducing themselves. So probably Dre goes first.
All right, yeah. What's up, guys? I'm Dre Gaspar. You may have seen some of my videos about anime, geek-related kind of comedy skits on TikTok. You might have heard my voice. It went viral for a while, even in the States, though. What are you saying? I don't know how to speak Tagalog. Who made Sasabihin sa yo?
Oh.
That was me, yeah. And some Dungeons & Dragons content. And more recently, I'm the Beyblade guy. So if you see, try to look up Beyblade content, it's probably me. And yeah, it's kind of the niche that I fall into, just geek related stuff. Trying to do fitness now too.
Nice.
Let's see where that will go. Yeah. How about you, Abs?
Yeah, I'm Coach Abby at all Tech Techniques, Lifestyle and Life Lessons. That's a tagline. But yeah, I make content on TikTok. It's more of an edutech kind of content, so educational and technology.
Nice.
Question?
Alright. I will take any questions any day.
Wait, my brain's like.
That's alright. That's alright.
Do you want to leave it right? So that means that means one of your co-founders who already departed us.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if it's not too much to pry, how come she left because of differences?
Okay. So that's a good question, right? Like, I mean, Alodia is more of like ready to move on because she's been working a lot all her life, like, and it's kind of like her personal decision to kind of like part of the company, right? So like, I get this question a lot. Like, I guess if it was me, like nobody would care because
The co-founder.
because she's the co-founder, right? So and then like we really respected her decision. If she see that she doesn't like see the right fit anymore, it's her.
Aside from that, what is currently big in here? What's currently big in there?
We do have we are creating currently new IPs. Like for example, this coming December, we do have what we call Blackout. So basically, it's an event. Actually, it's just a kickoff event for next year's Blackout. So it's more of like we marry music, gaming, and arts in one event. So we like, for example, in the music side, we've invited a lot of P-pop groups since they're the P-pop community is growing, and then we're going to be inviting a lot of communities in the art side as well, and in the gaming side. So if you want more information, you can like visit the Tier 1 page for that.
Aside from the budget, is there even any difficulties of tier 1 entertainment is facing to survive?
Yeah, well,
Hard-hitting questions, man.
hard-hitting questions, right?
Leave that up to jobs.
Yeah. So no, we're actually doing good now. It's just that we're trying to create more opportunities for the creators, right? I mean, yes, we do acknowledge that Alodia leaving the company is a big hit as well in terms of the branding, simply because she's like the face of Tier 1, right? But even if she left, like the main goal or the main mission of Tier 1 doesn't end. Like we really have to continue what she started, and I think that's what we're trying to do now. We're just trying to give more opportunities to like Dre here and Coach Abby as creators.
Sorry, I'm not sure if I missed this, but do you mind doing a quick recap of what brought you here at Geeks on the Beach and what you plan to take away from this conference?
Okay, so basically, I've heard of Geeks on the Beach prior to this event, right? So through my friend Andre and Miss Doris as well, right? So in terms of they invited me, told me all about what Geeks on the Beach. I was really interested because it's gonna be it's like having people dressed up in their beach attire, feeling chill. A lot of the founders and investors are wearing the same. It's a whole new experience, right? I've been to a lot of conference in the Philippines and outside of the Philippines. This is a one of a kind idea and experience.
I actually brought up the job a while ago. And it was so surreal to see all of these big investors, these founders, speaking on stage at a tight shot, and then when it goes wide, they're in flip flops and shorts. I'm like, it's a whole nother thing too. And when they told me about it, that it's about there are a lot of startups here, I kind of figured that it's perfect for creators to get into as well. Because if you think about it, our startup is ourselves. Our careers as content creators, and we are building it. We're doing all the marketing, we're all doing all the pitching when we're talking. Well, now of course we have an agency, which is Tier 1, which is great. But most other creators that don't have an agency, they're doing their own pitching, they're doing their own negotiations, and trying to see if brands are willing to invest in them as a brand themselves. So a lot of the stuff that the speakers talked about today, very much so applicable to how we do our jobs, which is really cool to see.
One thing I learned, even as an introvert that struggles a lot talking to people, is you can't do away with networking, getting to meet people, and doing that online is one thing, but doing that offline, getting to talk to a person just because you happen to sit by each other during lunch, or you're waiting on the line to get to the washroom, things like that, short interactions create bigger impact in your life. So what Geeks on the Beach does is it kind of unwraps all the anxiety about dressing to the nines and putting your best
Girl last
forward.
part mo.
Just put your best beach attire on and talk to the people here. They're all chill. And also there's a lot of learning on and off the stage. So that's one thing that I really appreciate.
Follow-up question. I guess based on my experience, I don't meet a lot of creatives in this in tech-centric events. So I want to know, what are your thoughts as a creator being present at a tech conference full of guys who are all about money, investments, jargon that I don't know. So yeah.
Well, on my end, my first course in the LSU was economics and accounting. So
Damn.
all the numbers and the business stuff isn't really foreign to me. And then I graduated with a culinary degree as well. So just the whole business talk and business aspect, it was really intriguing to see as well. So it was always really fun for me to kind of listen to all the different aspects of these people. And also the really, was it Joseph? Joseph was fantastic on stage. And at the end of the day, again, as creatives, this is at the end of the day a business. And eventually, you're going to have to, alam mo yung lagi rin sinasabi sa ating parents, eventually you have to remember na potentially malalos ka. Just like with celebrities, so that's why a lot of the really successful ones today are still thriving are those that use the money that they earn to create businesses. Like companies, maybe be it a restaurant or a clothing business, to find a way to keep expanding not only your reach, but so that your money's not just going out, it's coming in. So you have to be smart about having the reach that you have, but also responsible with the income that you have. Because there's always going to be somebody new in this space. In the entertainment space, there's always somebody new, somebody fresh. And we can only catch up or keep up as much as we can. And maybe the lifestyle also is not easy to keep up with. Sometimes you have an event that ends up 4 a.m. and you have a morning event the next day. And we can't keep that up as much as the older we get. So you have to be smart about your career, where you go. And I think events like this really help a lot of creators, or can help a lot of creators, kind of encapsulate the business mindset. Not just, of course it's fun, it's a fun job to have, but you also have to be thinking about the future. So I think it's really important.
Just to add more build to what Dre mentioned, right? So, this medium is really important as well, as a creative, right? Because you'll have more ideas, and if you throw that with a lot of founders, investors, who knows? You can probably build a new product together, right? So that's more of collaboration. So probably we would encourage more creative people to be present at these types of events because, like, for example, we do have a lot of creators who's diving into businesses, and this is like a great forum for them or a platform for them to kind of like be aware of how far can their business idea can go, right? Like it's gonna be a whole new level.
My attack would be something a little bit more, I would say, imaginative. Because to be successful in business, you have to be creative. And to be successful as a creative, you have to have a business mindset. You can't do away with each other. And in times like these, you get the taste of the synergy between the two. Just imagine walking in here with like maybe a studio. Like we had a panel with creatives a while ago, and being able to talk to programmers or those who have startups, and you can also market yourself as a UI UX designer or anything related to the creative field. So you can never go wrong with being able to get to know more people and get to more about yourself as you connect with people. So that's my take.
Alright. You talk about the power of AI a while ago. So, with the content creators, media, all everything.
Hear me now.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, you want to go ahead? Yeah, you can start it off.
Okay, AI is only gonna get better. Why? Because we're feeding it with data. If you're uploading how you speak, or how you make your script, or how you phrase your questions, it learns from you. So AI is definitely going on an uphill climb, and it's only gonna get better. But it has to get better for us as creators. So we have to be able to harness the power of AI the right way, the ethical way. But looking at it from a third-person perspective, I don't think content creators will ever be replaced by
Obsolete,
AI.
yeah, we won't get obsolete.
You can replace the content creation process, but you cannot replace the actual creator that presses post. So you have to have your skin in the game. And that's the brand that we have as a content creator. In the same way that, so my background is in accounting. So even though the process is automated, someone else is doing the journal entries. Like the AI can do that. It can pull the financial reports, can run the statement of income and whatever. But some accountant has to put their name on it and say this is right. So the content creator can never, we can never get away with having a person actually being the voice behind the content. And another thing is the magic of storytelling. So someone has to be able to tell a story, and an AI machine or a model can only pull from other people's stories, from historical data, not from a personal level. So I think, yeah, it's a tool, but only a poor laborer blames the tool. So if you're a good laborer, you can enhance everything you do.
And at the core, really, as I mentioned in our panel a while ago, for me, what really builds a fan base of creators is community, no matter what kind of way you want to build it. And I think that's something AI couldn't really do. Like in my case, we were able to build a Beyblade community, but it's able to thrive because we're actually there playing with them every time they're there. Yeah, you can have AI tell stories if you want, and AI do this, but AI can come in and play Beyblade with your fans, can go meet up with them, and really have those interpersonal human connections. But I think, again, sharing that with your own personal stories, as Abby said, I think it really will never make us obsolete. AI can never do that because the human aspect is still what people cling to. In fact, if you look at the closest we can get to AI kind of replacing influencers or VTubers. If you think about the concept of having this animated avatar, a lot of people can still get behind it because they know there's a human behind it, and it's not just this robot. Because how can you get behind something when you know it's just built with algorithms and there's nobody actually there that's responding to your comments personally? So I think that the human aspect, interpersonality, and community is what's going to keep us very much so relevant. And AI is just going to be a great supplementary tool to make everything a lot more efficient, I think, on our end.
For me, finally, after being a moderator, right? So for me, I think it's really gonna go a long way, right? We're just at the tip of the iceberg, because like right now people would use ChatGPT and it's still text to text, right?
Right.
Eventually, when they launch Sora, which is more of like a text to video approach, it's definitely going to change the game, right? In terms of content creation, because like everything's going to be within reach. And I really appreciate like how these platforms are also, prepping the content creators, I guess, with all of these AI changes. So like for example, in YouTube, they have this new rule wherein you have to disclose if the content that you're uploading is an altered content, is it synthetic content. So you have to kind of like disclose that to the public, because like right now it's being used for manipulating audiences as well, and like you're gonna create a content wherein this person is saying that he did not say. You get what I mean? So it's gonna be prevalent. It's gonna affect media as well, because you don't know what type of content you're being fed already, right? If it's true or not. So I think it's very good that these platforms are getting up to speed. Like I'm not sure if you've noticed also, like when you go to your Instagram and Facebook, you'll see like a tag that this
made
was
with AI.
this was
exactly.
made with AI. So I think it's just gonna go a lot from here, but the same way as it's possibilities of doing a lot of great things, I think the most important thing is the regulation part.
Yeah,
so I think
the responsibility
there's
behind it.
the responsibility behind it. So that's something that we also teach our creators. Like we don't want them to go beyond the rules. Let's just play by the rules, and since you guys are influencers, we gotta give good influence in terms of creating content.
That's my next question, the regulation.
Sorry, I got into it already. Alright.
Sorry. Can I add one more on regulation? So for regulation, most of the models have their own intrinsic way of letting you check if it's made by AI. So for example, Google has Gemini. Gemini in app has something technology called SynthID. So SynthID is actually an invisible watermark. So it is ingrained in whatever generated content you have, whether it's a picture or it's text or even if it's like music. So you can actually detect if it's made by AI. And Microsoft, on the other hand, use generative AI for Designer app or to create images. Microsoft is actually telling everyone that if someone, an artist, sues you for that and says artwork ban, Microsoft will back you. So there are those who are stakeholders in this are willing to put their name.
What about the government? I think they should also like
Correct.
Have rules and
regulate,
regulations.
yeah, something.
That's right.
Most definitely they should.
They should. I mean,
We have to look into it, because even for the
Yeah.
safety of public personalities too. Again,
Deepfakes or-
besides deepfakes, also the voices.
Yeah.
They can just release an audio file and they're so dangerously close to the actual person's voice that they can make them say whatever they want to say. So there has to be some kind of regulation of law that will just kind of make these people fear for doing it. Maybe jail time for sure, most definitely. I mean, there are already laws regarding cyberbullying, cybercrime, and I think it should have a provision for that for AI.
The sad part is, I mean, we understand that rules are made for those who break them. So unless lines are crossed, suddenly someone like
Yeah, hopefully they won't
starts
wait
to
for something to
legislate
go wrong
for it.
before they do
But
it.
I think my hope is that a lot of the people who are in the government, who are movers and shakers inside the government, have experienced a level of this, because they're also in constant fear of someone using a deep fake or making fun of them on the internet or making them say things they don't really.
I think it's more of like a collective effort, and really we're doing our part. I mean, everybody should do their part also in terms of like regulation.
And on everybody, the consumer's part, fact check the things you read online. Because sometimes everybody's so quick to share it and send it to somebody without checking first, is this real? Check the thing that posted it. Sometimes it sounds like an official newspaper or whatever, pero may extra R pa doon, may extra R. So just check first, fact check before you start sharing it everywhere. Because it's also the responsibility of the people that make these AI, but also you as a consumer to not spread the fake news as well.
Which is actually something the government can invest in, user education. We can't get enough of it. Like safety for kids, how to use parental control and anything. So yeah, the population has to be educated.
Guys, before when we say influencers, it was mostly referring to celebrities. Now, content creators have become the new influencers. Do you agree that you're already at par with the celebrities? People are already tapping content creators to promote products, brands, right?
Yeah, I'll answer first.
From a management
Yeah,
perspective.
from a management perspective. I mean, I guess influencer as a word has become like a very loose word, right? So it's being used here and there. If the question is if they're there or they're not there, it's hard to kind of like answer that question simply because the behavior or the consumer behavior before is different to what it is now. You know what I mean? Like probably before we're used to like going to the movies if we don't have anything to watch, and this was prior to kind of like the streaming platforms wherein you can just watch anything in front of you by the click of a button, right? So if I were to compare from where it is to where it is now, it would be hard, but sabi nga ni Direk Jogi sa akin before na if you put them all in one place, nobody would know, right? Like because like content creators, they do it for entertainment. Celebrities, they also do it for entertainment. So if you mix them all up, like how can you tell who's who, right? Like sino yung nag-acting class, sino yung hindi, because you can never tell. Like for example, Malupiton. Malupiton is one of the fastest rising star right now, and that guy can act. I mean, he has like yung acting skills niya by doing all of those skits. It's very real. It's very raw, and I think that is what the market needs now. So yeah, it can be, but siguro for me as part of the management, it's more of like really kind of like teaching them how to become one. Kasi right now, like with the rise of like different platforms such as TikTok, and I'm gonna be diving deep into the platforms, right? Because before, when you have Facebook, you have YouTube, it's really hard to be famous. In other words, because of the algorithm. But when TikTok came in, it changed the whole algorithm. Like it can turn like your regular John Does and Jane Does to become super popular. And with that popularity, if you are like parang hindi ka pa masyado educated in the entertainment industry, the tendency is it can be bad for you, it can be either good for you, because you get what I mean? Like, for example, you don't know how to price yourself well. You don't know how to do this. And I think as an agency, that's where we come in. Like, we do educate them, like, ito yung mga, like, industry standard rates. Kasi if they give, like probably a low rate, it affects the whole ecosystem, right? So parang they're just bringing everyone down. So yun, I think medyo lumayo na ako, pero yun yung gist. How about you guys?
For me, in terms of influence, because I remember ingrained in my head, John Maxwell said, leadership is influence. And from that, I think there's two types of influence. Yung popularity, which influencers, macro influencers like me, Talk TV or someone like that, they have the same like name record. Like pag nilakad mo sila sa mall, people will flock to them. But influencers like me and Ray, who are niche down, like they know him for a certain topic, they know me for tech, or they know me for something else. It's more targeted. for the audience, targeted by the brand to your audience. So when you say leadership by influence, it's the part where you have your own flock, and from that flock, they hear your voice, they understand your voice, they listen to you. So it's more dense in terms of your impact to steer your community to like buy a certain thing or to be informed about a certain topic. Unlike celebrities, like even just their picture sa tarpaulin or si Vic Soto nga, it's an AI version of him, di ba? So just their name and their image, enough na to like put the brand recall out there. But engagement like that is different from conversion. This is personal because I do have like a limited number of followers or engagement. Sometimes my views are like 1,000 views. But why do brands reach out to me? They reach out because when they see my conversion, they know the 1,000 people who are watching, one person would buy, two persons will buy. That's enough. So it's a very different type of weight that we bring, but we compete against each other. We have different use cases.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And generally, if you just with the word influencer, it implies influence. So I think it's less of celebrity versus influencer, but more of an individual versus individual if you were to compare it. Because not all celebrities are in the same tier of influence. And similarly with influencers and with following base. So I think between influencers and celebrities, we both have our own levels of influence, but it's just a matter of how big of a reach do you have. But similarly so, that's the reason why, because as influencers, you understand that you have a level of influence that depends on the target market. But if you have kids who watch your content, which sometimes I do because I hit the anime niche, the geek niche, you have to be responsible about the videos that you make, the kind of words that you use, and the kind of brands you promote. Because again, you got to understand it's a part of your social responsibility to be. But sometimes people, it's such a commonly used word in the Philippines that we lodi or lods, but that's yung term yun is idol, di ba? Which again, ang dali lang sa mag-promote ka ng a specific type of product that maybe isn't so PG or isn't so Tapos pag mayroon kang younger follower na medyo more impressionable, tapos ginawa niya, tinanong parents, but ganyan, si si Jano, ginagawa yan eh. Si Drake, idol ko gumagawa yan. So ako, cool yun. So it's a part of our level of influence to have that self-awareness that we have influence and we have this reach. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we put the right stuff out there. Be it positive message, negative message. Yeah. They say with great power comes a great electrical bill.
One more thing pala, so before it slips my mind. So I think popularity of celebrities is about being widely known. Influencers, it's about being deeply known. So you get a little bit more personal. And that's why you have celebrities who are becoming influencers. Like Bea Alonzo shares her form.
Yeah. That's why they started
Yeah.
Great Shower.
They're choosing to be like a little bit more deeply known. Or Robbie Domingo going viral for putting on makeup. So it's just the things that give you a wider understanding of person. But sabihin na natin, widely known, I don't think, me personally, some of us don't even aspire for that. But we want to be.
Before we forget, there's a special request from Miss Doris.
Dance number. Ready na.
Okay lang sabi.
I'm curious like how it is. Diba you're also like a voice,
Yes, po.
sige, sample.
Yeah, gusto ko ng sample eh.
Depends po. So in terms of doing impressions, so I can do the classic movie trailer. One man, one desire of this summer. Yung mga ganon. And the one I did a while ago, I am Optimus Prime. So it varies. And if you guys know, see Kronk for Emperor's New Groove, right? Poison for Kuzco. The poison specially designed to kill Kuzco. Kuzco's poison, that poison. And then the most unexpected one, I don't know if I can do it. Hi, it's Elmo. La la la, Elmo's world. So it's just fun. Yeah, that's my little And I also do dubbing, so people may or may not have already heard my voice with Tagalog dubs. My favorite thing is what we call in the industry reacts, R-E-A-X. You see that's script pa lang, which is yung mga yung mga ganun. Like, I just love doing that, and even in real life too. When I drop something, it's a funny thing you can have with your friends, and it's like mga effort sounds. Yung mga, doon ka napapagod minsan eh. Pag mahabang fights, nagtatakbuhan sila. It's like 1 minute of you just kind of like. Tapos papanoorin mo yung ano. You're just trying to make sure you get the right sounds.
Sinabida.
Oy, nabita ka to si Doraemon. Kamusta? And our Kermit the Frog. Hi guys. Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Ginawa mo kanina yan.
Wow. Mommy. Daddy. Yeah, that's some of the accents I've been working on. I've always been intrigued by characters and accents, and just being able to, the fact that I've seen certain voice actors have kumbaga, all of these personalities inside one voice always intrigued me to be able to play around with that. So that's why I got into it. And somehow, luckily, I was able to kind of be a part of the industry, be it with dubbing, voice acting, and commercials and stuff. So it's always fun.
Are you expensive?
Expensive.
It depends on the project. Yeah.
O, ano raw, rate? Rate mo.
After record, yeah.
Hang on, guys.
Off the record. Tayo lang to. Tayo lang. How about the two? Sample din?
Sample content siguro from Abby.
Wala po
Tagline.
unbox eh.
Ano pwede unbox?
Ganun pwede.
So, next question.
Any questions?
Since you have over 1,000 creators under you, right?
Yes, across.
How do you manage that many
Um,
within your company?
We do use like AI tools, like for efficiency, and like one of our topics earlier, like actually, unfortunately, I wasn't able to say this right, but we do use like tools like Meltwater in terms of like managing our portfolio. It's just that it really helps us because like our talents are very much segmented, right? And like for example, we do have like local offices in Vietnam that specifically handles the talents there. So if we're talking about like a couple of hundreds of talents in Vietnam, we do have a local office there. The same thing in Malaysia as well. So basically, in terms of like the infrastructure of the company, we've built it in a way that it will be able to handle that much of talents, number of talents.
You have office work.
Sorry.
You sometimes do remote work.
Yes. Actually, prior to the pandemic, I used to fly a lot. Like in Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and in Myanmar. Unfortunately, though, we had talents and offices there, and then unfortunately, prior to the pandemic, the military coup happened. Yeah, so we really feel bad with like because like I was there, right? So I really saw a really bright future because I think Myanmar, if you were to compare it in the Philippine market, they're like probably 5 years behind us, and there's like a big future ahead of them. But then there are things that we cannot really control, and so that's it.
So right now, how many talents do you have in the Philippines and then in other countries?
In the Philippines, we do have about 300 plus. So really a majority of it is based on different countries because of like probably Indonesia has like what more population than us, right? So we do have more talents there as well. But here in the Philippines, a third of that 1,000 plus is currently here. It's included of like tier 1 talents, the ones in Amplify, because also we do have what we call Amplify Academy, wherein it's your entry point in becoming a content creator. So if you want to learn more about content creation, you can actually apply to the Amplify Academy that we currently have. So we do have a system in place where it's like school. So basically, we do have different courses wherein
We actually taught a course.
yeah,
we taught a
you
course
guys,
on the Academy.
these guys actually. So if you're an Amplify talent, one of the things that we'd like is for them to also share their knowledge to the next generation, right? So it's more of like longevity for us. Like we want to keep people dreaming about content creation and being at the top eventually, right? And so this has been our mission from the very start, and this is something that we'd like to do for the future generation.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in terms of age demographics, meron ba kayong lola at lolong techie?
Oh,
see
we have Lola
Lola
Gamer.
Gamer.
We have Lola Gamer. So Lola Gamer, I mean, she's probably been in a lot of like
She's so cool.
shows, but basically she's playing Mobile Legends, and wala.
We have cosplayers.
Oh, my cosplayers.
Cosplayers are
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
It's
a
never
techie
too
tao,
late. It's
so I'm
never
just
too
one step
late.
behind. But yeah.
It's never too late. Ayun.
Oh, ano? Meron pa?
I'm good.
Ayun.
Okay.
Thank you so
So,
much,
let's
guys.
have
Maraming
a
salamat po.
group photo.
Wait, before they start, can we do a shout out?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
On the count of three, you have to shout, "What's up, Filipinas?"
what's up,
Okay.
Pilipinas? Okay.
1, 2, 3.
What's up, Pilipinas?
Yo, thank you.